Morning guys, and welcome to my vlog of Karijini National Park. If you tune into my last episode, you'll know that we are currently doing a road trip through the Pilbara region of Western Australia. If you haven't checked out that episode, be sure to do so after watching this one. So we are camping at the Dales Campground, which is within the Karijini National Park, and just outside the campground is a walking trail that leads to a number of pools within Dales Gorge. So we are heading out that way now to see what we can find. Alright, first stop, Dales Gorge three-way lookout. Guys, the views here are amazing. Check this out.
I got roses in my eyes. She's got a heart full of sunshine. Standing on your
So second stop is Fortescue Falls. We were originally going to stop at Circular Pool, but it's closed at the moment. Someone at camp said that it was due to rock falls, so we have continued along the Gorge Room Trail to Fortescue Falls, and it is absolutely stunning.
just stand up like the finer things. Just stand up like the finer things in life. Oh, it's hard to complain. Everything is going my way. No clouds, no rain. Everything is going my way.
So our third stop is a little spot called Fern Pool. Now it's regarded as a sacred site in Aboriginal culture, so it's really important to be respectful here. I also wanted to let you guys know that all of the swimming spots here at Karijini National Park are crocodile free, so you can swim without stressing about those. And on that note, we're going to head in for a little dip.
Every diamond's trying to shine like you. Your shape's so perfect. Yeah, you got me like ooh, 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 ooh. Just scan a bit like the finer things in life. Just scan a bit like the finer things.
It was such a nice swim at Fern Pool. It is such a beautiful spot. Actually, it wasn't as cold as I was expecting it to be, which was a nice surprise, but that's not to say it was warm. It was definitely still a little bit chilly. Now we are just walking back along the trail along the bottom of the gorge. We're heading back towards camp because we need to go to the visitor centre and check in because we got in too late last night to do that. We also need to get some water as well because the joys of camping. And then yeah, hopefully we'll head out later on this afternoon for a beautiful sunset. The last part of that trail along the bottom of the gorge is hard work. It's definitely not for the faint-hearted, and you definitely need to wear hiking shoes. So we've just stopped off at the visitor centre to get some info for things to do over the next couple of days. Also wanted to let you guys know as well, there are no showers at the campgrounds in the national park, so you can come to the visitor centre between 9 and 3:30. It's $4 for a shower, and yeah, it means that you can get clean and wash the red dirt off of you from a day of exploring, which is what I'm about to head in and do now. Alrighty guys, so we've come down to Fortescue Falls for a sunset swim. We were hoping we'd be the only ones here, but it turns out that everyone else has the same idea as us. But it's for very good reason though. The sun setting as it hits those red rocks is absolutely spectacular. Morning guys, so we had a little bit of a slower start to our day this morning. It's actually been pretty cold in the morning, so it's a little bit harder to get out of bed. We've also made friends with a little magpie at camp. He's been coming there both mornings that we've been there so far. This morning I fed him, I put a little snack in my hand, and he took it straight from my hand, which was really cool. So I hope he comes back tomorrow as well. Today we have just driven out to a place called the Wino Recreation Area, which is about 40 kilometres from Dales Campground. It houses both the Hancock Gorge and Weano Gorge. The drive out here was really bumpy to say the least, so the road is really corrugated and you definitely need a four-wheel drive to get out here. Also, the elephant in the room, what do you guys think of my attire? I don't normally dress like this, but whenever I spend more than a few hours in the sun, I get like a really bad rash down my neck and my arms, and it blisters and it's really painful. So yeah, fashion is out the window, and this is how I look on our trail walks. But yeah, we are starting with the Weano Gorge. We'll do the Hancock one after that, and we are excited to see how these ones stack up compared to the ones that we've seen so far.
This feeling over me like I got no worries. No, I got no worries. No,
So we did the upper Weano Gorge trail walk. It was a really nice walk. There's nowhere to stop along the way and swim or anything like that, but it's a lovely walk through the middle of the gorge. It also leads you to this sign here, which is the lower Wino Handrail Pool trail. It's pretty much a class 5 trail most of the way, so you do need to have some experience with bushwalking. You definitely need to wear hiking shoes or sneakers because there are some slippery rocks along the way, so you need to be careful. As you start the trail, there's a few pools of water that you either need to walk through if you don't mind getting your feet wet, or climb along the rocks along the side. And as you start to walk through the trail, it starts to narrow down, so the cliffs kind of start to close in on you a little bit. You get to a really narrow passageway that you walk through, and it opens up into a beautiful big pool, which I'd probably call the main pool, I guess. There's a handrail there that you need to climb down to get into the pool area because it's really steep, which actually, now that I think about it, that's probably why this trail is called the Handrail Pool Trail. So you can either choose to stay there and have a swim, or you can drop your belongings like we did, and if you've got your swimmers on, you can continue through another small little passageway. You need to swim through that one, and it opens up into another swimming hole. So I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It is absolutely freezing. The water is really cold, but it's well worth it. We loved it. Yeah, it was really beautiful. So we are finished with Weano Gorge now. We are going to head back to the car, have some lunch, and tackle Hancock Gorge. So this is Hancock Gorge. It's another class 5 walking trail. We've only been walking for about 5 minutes or so, but the whole way down it's literally been like this. It's been so steep. But everyone we've spoken to who's on the way up has said that it is well worth it down there. So we are going to continue on down after I navigate this vertical ladder. So we read in the trail information that there was a section of the trail where you needed to wade through some water. Now I'm going to go out on a limb and say that I'm pretty sure we've found that section of the trail now. We're up to about our knees in water, and we were given a heads up by some of our friends who have previously been here to wear some reefies, so I can definitely see why that is a good idea. So we thought that the last water crossing was the only water crossing on this trail. Turns out that was just a baby one, and this is the actual water crossing. So we've had to drop all of our belongings except for our GoPro, and we are now swimming/wading through that. Everyone keeps telling us that what's on the other side is absolutely incredible. So guys, we've reached the end of Hancock Gorge, and it finishes up at a place called Kermits Pool. It's called Kermits Pool because of the spectacular green colour that it is. Oh, I have to say this has been my favourite gorge so far. This spot, I have never seen anywhere like it. You guys have to check it out if you ever come to Karijini National Park. So we ended up spending about 3 hours longer than we had planned at Wino and Hancock Gorge. As you can tell, it's dark now and we never planned on getting back this late, but no regrets whatsoever. We had the best day. We've just stopped off to get some water now, and then we are going to head back to camp, have some dinner and an early night before another full day of exploring tomorrow. Good morning, guys. So today is our last day exploring Karijini National Park. We have come out to a spot called Hammersley Gorge, which is arguably the most popular spot here in the national park. Apparently it has a spa pool that's heated, but I don't think it means that it's hot. I just think it means that it's slightly warmer than some of the other gorges in the national park. So I'm really excited to try that one out and see what it's like. Now it's about a 100-kilometre journey each way from Dales Campground out to Hammersley Gorge. The first part of the drive is on sealed road, but the second part of it is on unsealed road that is quite corrugated. So I definitely recommend bringing a four-wheel drive out here if you can. But in saying that, it's not as bad as the corrugated road out to the Wiener recreation area. Now we actually got out here a little bit later than we had planned today due to a little issue last night. So when we got back to camp last night, we turned on the GoPro to have a look at some of the footage that we had captured during the day. And it came up with an error message saying that the SD card needed to be formatted. So basically what that means is that the GoPro had corrupted all of the footage and we had basically lost it all. So in a last ditch effort, we went on the internet to look for a file recovery software. Which actually reminds me as well, I needed to let you guys know that at Dales Campground it is covered by full 4G mobile phone reception with Optus only, not Telstra, but it means that if you're with Optus you can still use your phone and internet. So yeah, anyway, we downloaded some file recovery software and thankfully it retrieved all of our photos and videos, so we've still got those. The only downside is that it cost us over $100, but doesn't matter, it's totally worth it. So we have formatted the SD card and the GoPro seems to be working for now, but I guess time will tell and we will see how it goes today. When it hurts, just to breathe. Guys, we have found the spa pool. It's not warm like everybody has said, but we've got it all to ourselves, so no complaints there. Our swim in the spa pool was so amazing. There was literally no one else there the whole time we were there, which was so nice. Now, if you continue along the trail from the spa pool downwards, it leads you to this spectacular gorge. Now, everyone is down there with inflatables. It looks like they're having a great time, so I have come prepared and we're going to head down there as well. So we are back from our day at Hammersley Gorge. We had an amazing day, and for the first time since we got to Karijini, we are finally back before sunset, so I can give you guys a quick rundown on the campground and show you around our campsite. So there are two campgrounds within the national park. One is at the Eco Retreat, which is on the western side. The other one is Dales Campground, which is the one that we are staying at. So Dales Campground is probably the main one. There are certain sections and loops within Dales Campground. They're all non-powered, but some allow generators and some don't. So we are staying in the Euro loop. They don't allow generators, but that's fine for us because we don't need power. I already told you guys about the internet, but there are no other amenities. So the only thing that they do have is an Aussie long drop toilet. So if you've never seen a long drop toilet, I will quickly show you. They're also known as a bush toilet or like an outback toilet. So come and have a look quickly. So guys, this is the Aussie long drop toilet. I won't open it up because you definitely don't want to see what's inside. But basically it's a big hole in the ground, and how it works is you come in, this chemical here, you just put around the bowl. You do whatever you need to do, you then put some more chemical around the bowl, and then you walk out and that's done. So that's all there is to a long drop toilet, but now you have seen one. Now let's go and check out our campsite. So this is our little home on wheels that we hired through a company called Boomerang Campers. I spoke more about that in the last episode, so if you haven't checked that one out, be sure to do that after this episode. But basically our bed is up here, and then we have everything that we need inside of the car. So if you come around the back, I'll show you what we use while we're here. So these are our two water tubs. This one here is for drinking water, and then this one is bore water that we use for washing up and all of that sort of thing. We have an angle in the front that keeps our food cold, so that is powered by the car battery, as there's a dual battery system in the car. If we are spending a few hours during the day at camp, or we leave the car at camp during the day to go off and explore, then we also have a solar panel that we hook up to the battery, which charges it. But if we're out driving around and kind of like exploring all through the day, then we don't need to do that because the car battery charges itself by virtue of just being on the road and driving. Over the back here we have our tables and chairs, and then here we have our dual burner cooktop that we use to cook all of our food. It runs on butane gas. So yeah, that's pretty much Dales Campground and our simple but functional camp setup. Alrighty guys, so we have packed up camp, and that's a wrap for Karijini. We have had the best 4 days exploring the region. We've travelled quite a lot through Western Australia, and I can honestly say there is no place like Karijini. The gorges are absolutely spectacular, and I cannot recommend a trip out here highly enough. As for today, we are heading out towards the coast to our next stop, which will be featured in the next episode. So to be sure you don't miss out on that one, make sure you hit subscribe and turn on notifications. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. So we got this water bottle recently. It's a Grayl water bottle, and basically how it works is you fill the water bottle up, and then you compress the inner cylinder down, and it purifies the water of all of the toxins, bacteria, chemicals and all that sort of thing, and makes any type of water safe for drinking. So we only just got this water bottle. We absolutely love it, and we plan on taking it on all of our trips overseas, especially to countries where there is no fresh drinking water. It's going to save us a lot of money and also a lot of plastic and waste as well. So this is not sponsored in any way at all. We just love it, and it's a great initiative, and it's a really amazing way to reduce waste as well. So if any of you are interested in one of these amazing water bottles, I will pop the link for them in the description box below.